Hi and welcome everyone to our 55th episode of The Little Inside. Surprisingly, my name is still Tobi, and this week we're going to have a look at how to cultivate energy in the mind. So let's get started right after the intro. When the body has sufficient energy, we call that good health. A healthy body has its specific causes. For example, the right intake of food, eating at the right time, eating the right amount, and of course eating the right food as well. Drinking enough. So food and beverage is one major cause of health in the body. Another one would be rest and sleep. To sleep properly at night, right? To have a rest during the afternoon, resting both body and mind. Very, very important factor for health in the body too. Another one, also super important, would be environment. Where do you live? Is there a great amount of pollution in the air? Is the water clean? Are the people around you healthy? Are the people around you good-natured and so forth? That's also a very important factor for health. And finally, movement, or moving the body creates life. Well, movement is life. The change in the universe, all the changing energies, it is life. Day turns to night, night turns to day, and so forth. So if we keep the body constantly in stagnant positions, like if you're kind of just hanging around the whole day, sitting on your sofa from the morning until nighttime, just watching television shows or something like this, not moving the body at all, then health will not be the result of such behavior. In fact, the body needs movement, and movement, stretching and so forth keeps the body healthy. So it's really important. So energy in the body translates into good health. Now, how about the mind? Well, energy or good health in the mind translates into happiness. If the mind has a lot of energy, it is a happy mind. You will experience happiness, rapture, bliss even, all the deep kind of states of happiness that can be reached, right? If you train for happiness. Well, if we never specifically train our happiness muscle, then we're not getting really more of it. Then happiness is more kind of like a random thing that happens to you. Oh, lucky me, just today is a nice weather, so I can be happy, right? This, I would say, is kind of the normal state that most people experience, is a state of just experiencing pleasure sometimes, or experiencing the end of some problem as pleasurable sometimes, like experiencing the end of hunger when we eat our favorite food. That's very nice, right? And you have all these various different kind of states of pleasure that we experience, but they're not really satisfying. We perceive that there might be some happiness in my favorite food, right? And then I eat it, but the more I eat, the worse it actually gets. It's not really the case that, well, if happiness was in the food, actually, then it would be the case that the more I eat, the happier I should get, right? But that's not the case. Opposite is the case. The more I eat, the more unhappy I become, the more ill I feel. And it's the same for everything. It's the same for, sex, sleep, anything that we like. If you do too much of it, it becomes even torturous. If your massage session, even if it's very nice, if it wouldn't stop, it would become really, really unpleasant after a while. So it's important that we understand, or we differentiate between true happiness and a happiness that is simply just nice circumstances. I'm not saying that nice circumstances are a bad thing. They're good, but they're very low-level kind of happiness. You can experience so much more happiness if you actually specifically train for it. And happiness, as we just said, is an energized mind, if your mind has a lot of energy. So what is it that gives your mind energy? Well, the first thing that gives your mind energy is wholesome mental qualities, such as kindness, compassion, Well, the wish for others to be happy, the wish for others not to suffer. Gratitude, positive thinking, hopeful thinking instead of fearful thinking. Your everyday kind of normal mental states that are feeling good, right? If you cultivate them, such as gratitude and so forth, you will notice a shift in the way you feel. You feel more happy, appreciative, and joyful. That is an indication that these states give your mind energy. They're good for your mind. They're healthy. They're creating good inner health. So it's very important to kind of maintain that health by continuously practicing good thought, wholesome thought, skillful thought, right? But we want to go beyond that eventually and access higher states of happiness, more energy in the mind. And so the next state is when we translate our positive thoughts, our good mental states and qualities into actual actions in the physical world. If you go around there and you help people, you make them happy, you give them a smile on their face, you take care of them, you listen to them, and so forth, that will create even more powerful sense of happiness. It's an upward spiral. It's not just only in the realm of thought and ideology, it becomes a real living manifested action. So it's pretty powerful. The third, an even more powerful level of happiness is by cultivating presence. Now that's already going very much into the realm of mindfulness and meditation practice. By cultivating presence, we're abandoning thoughts about the past and the future, which is a huge burden. The more we think about past and future, the more confused the mind is, the more restless it is, the more energy it loses to whatever, ruminating. And so if you don't lose that energy anymore, you have a lot of extra energy. And all that energy, again, it translates into more happiness. So the more you can stay present, the more happiness naturally flows to you. But I'm really meaning be present. Not just sitting there thinking that you're present, but actually experiencing the present moment. I've covered that in other videos and also in our meditation technique pretty extensively. But just to give you a simple tip, sit down and listen to the birds outside, or just listen to the sounds that are around you. It might be any sound, people talking or cars passing by. Just carefully listen to all the many sounds that you can hear. Or feel your body. So when your mind, your attention comes into what is, and you're paying attention to what is instead of what will be or what was, then you're present. Another state, even more powerful than presence and based on presence, is silence in the present moment. So your mind is present, it is right here, right now, united with your body. Your body is here, your mind is here. And at the same time, the mind doesn't talk anymore. So the voice inside of your head, the constant talking, stops. We call that silent present moment awareness. And now your energy doesn't go out into this talking continuously, so you have a lot of extra energy left. And that extra energy translates into more happiness. So here we can even already talk about rapture, or a sense of, really a good sense of well-being in body and mind, feeling really good, way above your average kind of good feeling. Now, when that deepens even more, you will notice another little disturbance, another thing that doesn't really allow you to feel more and more energized. It's just the mind is still wandering around. Your attention will still go to your ears, to your knees, to your elbows, to your face, into your lower back. You're still wandering around. Attention still has this aspect of restlessness to it. So the last point here I want to mention today is single-pointedness. Once your attention stops moving around, buzzing about, then the mind receives massive amounts of energy. And these massive amounts of energies, they are translated into ecstasy, into bliss, into all these very elevated mental states of happiness and well-being. But this is the result of proper training. So you could say that meditation really trains your happiness muscle. And it does that by simplifying the mind. The more simple your mind becomes, the less energy it loses. The less energy it loses, the more naturally it starts to build inside. It's like an upward spiral. And that translates into more happiness, more energy in the mind. It's pretty simple, actually. It's not so easy to do, but it is simple, which is good news, right? So we all can do it. It's just about consistently doing it again and again. And why not, right? Why would you not do it? Why would you not actually sit down and cultivate happiness and well-being, right? So this is a very important thing. And that's pretty much all that comes to mind about the cultivation of energy in the mind, aka happiness. So I hope that was useful and motivating for you to sit down and actually flex your happiness muscle a little bit. And if you do have any questions, do let me know. You can just write them down in the comment section below, and or write me an email. And for now, I think that's good enough. I wish you guys a wonderful next week. I'm looking forward to see you all again next Wednesday. Bye-bye.